and we're actually already in game with GamerRichy versus Sluggy. So we're going to hop straight to it, and of the aforementioned, this is the Force Gaming Pro Team player, the Red Terran. It's Mr. Stim and Win himself. We have GamerRichy.
The only person who feels right having gamer in front of their name. Everyone else feels kind of weird.
Everyone else, it feels like they're making fun of GamerRichy.
Yeah, but I don't think you can make fun of GamerRichy. I just don't think it works.
I think people would try, and he'd just be like, "Oh yeah, mate, that's funny."
Yeah, I think that's pretty much exactly how it would go. I think he's quite comfortable in his own skin.
Oh yeah.
And the player on the same team, to a certain to a certain extent on the same team, but maybe not the pro division of it. In the bottom right. Yes, that is right. In the bottom right, representing Forge Gaming, it is the Green Terran Sluggy. TVT. Coming at you from Terraform.
TVT. Yeah, TVT on T. Reform.
Yes, I guess so. I guess so. Terraform. Is it for
Terraform?
Is it a good term that? If not, then that's really annoying.
I don't know. I think it's pretty balanced. I haven't heard anybody complaining too hard about it, which is usually a pretty good endorsement. I mean, with this map, it could just be like, you know what? Terraform does have an 80% TVZ win rate, but compared to Bridgehead, Jesus.
Yeah.
Not even Bridgehead, Dash and Terminal for TVZ. Ugh. Either way, this is TVT, so you know what? Terran has a 100% win rate in TVT.
That's true.
Actually, that can never be true.
No, but they do have 50%.
It depends how, Terran has a 50% win rate in TVZ, but 100% of the time, a Terran wins TVT.
Yes. Exactly. It's true. That is basically how maths works. You've just described that. And Richie actually scouting with an SUV fairly early. I guess the reason you send out the early SUV scouting TVT is just to make sure your opponent isn't doing anything really weird, like messing with your head or messing with your strats.
Yeah, well, there's so many variations, I feel like, in TVT openers that the SUV scout can actually be really important. Like, for instance, we see a very fast gas out Sluggy leading to a very, very fast factory, or as fast as is reasonably possible to expect a factory. So GamerRichy is going to get a great handle on this. He's going to kill this SUV. Oh, no, not quite. Whoosh. Gets away just in time to Sluggy. Whereas GamerRichy has elected for a little bit of a gas light opener. He's only just taken it now, having mined about, like, just over 100 gas and putting into that reactor, whereas Sluggy is well above that, with his factor already down and approaching another 100 gas. And we'll see what he does with it.
Yeah, well, I'm watching and waiting with anticipation. I kind of want to see the classic Banshee opening.
It's possible, I guess. I think
it's not a great map for it, and yet what we're seeing here is a quick start port. I think more likely with the amount. I don't know. It's still more.
I think like a Hellion drop.
Yeah, that's what I'm leaning towards. But at the same time, I'd like to see Banshees. I think that'd be cool. I just don't think we will see that. I think you're absolutely right, and there'll be a Hellion drop. It'll be some very, very standard 1-on-1 Terran pressure, getting up the tech path, following into the command center, compared to Richie, who's getting the barracks, getting double marine production with the reactor, getting up that command center, and going into a more stable kind of mid-game style.
Yeah, stable is exactly what I'd use to describe how GamerRichy is playing this out. This is the more stable, standard, all-round, defensive macro, really. Whereas Sluggy is really relying on this bit of aggression to do some damage. Nice work by him hiding his units up the top right-hand corner, away from a typical scan location. Especially given the GamerRichy's already scouted a big position of all of Sluggy's production and tech. And so there's no reason to scan in the on the ramp to check about the natural worth having a little look at the tech. You get everything with that one scan. And Sluggy, the medevac coming out is going to pick up a bunch of Marines in the Widowmine, and then I guess a couple of Hellions are going to join themselves up and run past to the natural to provide the distraction.
Medevac loading up and moving out. Picking up and dropping off. Getting ready to head towards that natural base. As you say, I would think I would prefer to see it go in through the main, but it's just heading straight through the middle at the moment of the map. So it's not mattering all that much. Going to boost maybe a little bit prematurely, actually. Yeah, not going to have the boost on the way in. Hellion's going down towards the natural, going to try and roast up some SCV barbecue. This drop as it goes in, not the right place to be. The Sluggy at all, which is so ready. He's actually not getting that medevac, I'm a little surprised to see. I really thought that was going to go down immediately. So there's just a little bit of harassment coming up from Sluggy now. And Hellion's trying to do their filthy work on the ramp, but they're not quite getting over. Gets Hellions for herself as well. 1-1 trade down there, 2 SCVs picked up, but overall I don't think the best experience with the Sluggy harassment.
It wasn't the best, but on the other hand, I actually don't think it was that bad.
healed up. So,
SCV, yeah, the SCV sides. Like he
down.
lost. Did he? Yeah, he just lost one Hellion. Traded pretty efficiently with the Hellions. I don't know about that though. Traded pretty efficiently with the Hellions and lost like 1 Maya and 2 Marines. And for it, there's troubles. He's managed to take out 2 SCVs, 2 Hellions, and 4 Marines. Well, this time, yeah, the boost is coming in.
Boom.
Bada boom, bada boom. GamerRichy. Who needs stim when you can boost?
Wait, why not have both?
Why not?
It's basically medevac stim.
Give medevac stim.
I don't even hate that idea that much. Like, that would actually be quite an interesting mechanic. If you could stim medevac so they healed faster and just took damage. Because actually, that's more permanent as well.
Yeah.
Perhaps it could be like...
Blizzard are looking for ways to buff medevac.
It costs the same energy to heal, but it heals more, but does damage to the medevac at the time, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not at the time. Instant damage to the medevac.
Maybe.
Yeah, I actually really like that as a game mechanic just in itself. I don't know if that would work, but yeah, please tell me your feelings in the chat, and I may need to regret that statement right now. I know that others have. But yeah, I just think that would be a cool idea, maybe not much balance, but I'll see what you guys think. For now, Richie blasting into that base. He survived the pressure, he killed off so many units of his opponent, and now, what have we got here? Oh, but there's a tank on the high ground that I had not seen, causing that lift up, pulling back now with the Marines, just outside the tank range, but that command center is...
Oh, it's unsieged!
Yes, the Marines are going to push up. This could be the killing blow as the tank is picked off by the Marines, the Hellions, everything now being taken out for Richie though.
Yeah, that Banshee in the sky,
just
doing all the work it can, and
wow,
the tank survives as well, now being repaired up by these SCVs, but most importantly, yeah, the CC on the low ground got killed off. Sluggy now double CC in his main base, and yeah, we'll see how well he can hold off against the pressure, because there's a lot of money he's investing into potential economy, and it's not going to give him anything back yet. When GamerRichy already has that natural base up and, you know, a pretty comfortable level, 2 more SCVs, and he's going to be fully saturated on his minerals. You don't need gas that much. Like, tanks are nice, but at this stage of the game, he's probably okay just with a bunch of Marines, although he does have a couple of tanks over there. He just needs a few more Marines.
This is a nice little drop going in for Richie as well. Just almost a distraction drop, if anything, just to see if we can put a couple of tanks out of position, just to cause a bit of damage. As it is, on siege tanks trying to move up the ramp, doing what they do best, blasting away. Actually, yeah, that tank goes down before it gets a chance to fire, but another one. Banshee going to be chipping away at that tank for Richie. Maybe not the greatest engagement for him, but I love the drop in the back. It's completely going down. Sluggy knows that he can't deal with it, and it's GG. Richie takes a swift game 1.
Yeah, very nicely done, and exactly as I said at the start, stable, standard macro. That's all Richie needs to do. Richie is, again, the more favoured player coming into this. There's the GM that he is, Sluggy. I mean, yeah, Sluggy's not on the pro team for Forge Force. Richie is on the pro team for Forge Force, and I guess he shows why he's that little cut above, but it is games 2 and over. Well, game 2 and 3 that Sluggy has a chance to come back in.
2+.
2+. 2+, indeed.
Like
and it's
Terminators aren't safe.
I guess so. Or a like most Necron unit.
No, man, it's Jet.
No. Well, I guess so. I mean, I was just thinking, like, I guess technically it's a Terminator invulnerable save as well.
They have a 3+ invulnerable.
Oh, they have 3+?
No, 4+ invulnerable. Sorry. 2+ armor save, 4+ invulnerable. So yeah, Terminators are so hard to kill. And like the Seer Council with like a fortune, so they re-roll their saves. Back in the day when you had more than one save at once, they had like jet bikes. They got a cover save for moving really fast. They had like a 2+ armor and invulnerable, no, 3+ armor, 2+ invulnerable. So I remember trying to kill Seer Council. They were re-rolling all their saves. It was like a 1 in like 100 chance of killing one of them, and it was a unit of about 15 all armor Witchblades. And I was just like, Ben, how have you made this happen? I should have known at that point that he's not someone.
Of course
to, like,
it was.
Yeah,
Ben.
of course it was. Of course it was. Making those arsehole units that you just can't fight.
That sounds a little bit similar to my 1,500 point Chaos army, which consisted of 2 Chaos Marine squads of the smallest possible size, and and one demon, not demon lord.
Demon Prince.
No, it wasn't even demon prince. It was just like a regular dude.
Great demon.
No demons. Just a like commander, chaos, whatever, like a chaos commander.
Chaos Lord.
HQ, yeah, Chaos Lord, with retinue.
Oh yeah, no, that's it's Death Star. It's classic Death Star. I had something very similar, which was like, I mean, obviously orcs are so cheap. I had like 4 squads of orcs, but I like 2 squads of looters, and then a Death Star unit of just a massive number of Powerclaw armoured, not bikers, and they just blast across the field with their actual reasonable save, firing their guns at full pace, and then charge into stuff and kill all of it in one turn. And I still managed to never win.
Rip on. Yeah, we are all set up in the lobby at the minute. Just got a possibility of changing our schedule for the next cast, which could be a good one. At the minute, we're on schedule for Grimsy versus No Wolfen to be the next cast, but
you invited Kladdeheiser, not GamerRichy.
I did. I am. Well, this is the problem. This is everyone having gamer in their flipping.
I'm gonna go shower them. Hang on.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think we're going to try and ask Nova plus Grim if they want to wait to be cast after that.
Yes.
But yeah, we're going to try and squeeze Spacey Maisie versus Zeroy into the next cast after this, which is going to be a High Masters versus a GM. Spacey Maisie, one of the favourites for the tournament, one of the possible contenders to the previous champion Boombox, and they are fighting for the top spot in their group, so that'll be coming up after this match. For now though, we're on Iron Fortress, and
seems to be a bit of a favourite.
Iron Fortress, I mean, in this map pool, you don't have that many.
Yeah, you just have the ones you don't hate.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, point stands.
True. Iron Fortress has a bit of an interesting story as well, because it was introduced as a GSL map before it became onto the ladder. And it was played, I think, 2, maybe 3 times in the entire GSL season. And one of those was, of course, as the final map in Life vs. Parting, which went to 7 games. Because they had no other option than to play on Iron Fortress.
I see.
And so everybody was like, well, why are they putting this in? Everyone hates this map. And you know what, actually, it's become pretty accepted. Like, obviously,
it happens.
A fairly popular map now.
So. I remember Frost was not that popular when it first turned out. Like, it wasn't disliked exactly, but it wasn't liked. It was kind of like vaguely treated with contempt. But I think it always takes this community a little while to get used to anything new.
Change bad.
Yeah, change bad.
Yeah, but either way, speaking of change, it's the Obama Terran down here, or up here, I guess, in the top right-hand corner.
He wants to stimulate the economy.
The red Terran player from Force Gaming, GamerRichy.
And his opponent across the map, not receiving any monikers of any kind. Representing Forge Force Gaming. In the green, it's Sluggy.
Yes, indeed. And, I haven't heard GamerRichy be called the Obama Terran before, but
no.
I just decided I wanted
in
to make
moment,
that segue work.
He was the Obama Terran.
And,
who was Obamatas? Was it MC?
MC.
Yeah, I thought
the president of Protoss, man.
Oh, is that why he was the Obamatas?
Yeah.
I never understood that before this point. I was just like, why?
You know he's a GSL caster now. Or he's going to be casting some GSLs.
I imagine he's really fun for that.
I imagine so as well. He hasn't done it yet, I don't think. Unless I've missed it, in which case, rip me. But, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
No, he's always a good laugh.
It's a glitch.
Is that a glitch?
It's a glitch, yeah. Like, look at the path thing. A GamerRichy has sent his SCV up to, like, there. And the pathing, if you go from the top left to top left right, or you know, either way, for some reason the pathing, rather than taking it through the most efficient route, which is either like straight through here or up and down the cliffs, it goes around this bendy bit in the middle. I think it's the only glitch that I've ever seen on any kind of real consistent level in StarCraft, and it's mild and completely stoppable. It's just a pathing glitch. If you queue up commands for it to go there and then along, it does it properly.
If you just send it one way, that's really strange, and I don't know why it would do that. But that, like, as someone who spends his time finding glitches in games, we'd report that. We'd go, this is an integrity issue, but a very light one.
Okay. Incidentally, the game we were gonna bring up, Nova versus Grimsy, actually they've apparently started without us.
What?
Because, I guess a couple of games took too long. So the result from that was 2-0. If you're wanting to watch Nova versus Grimsy, and so we'll try and find a game for Nova, or one of Nova's games to cast later on. But for now, rescinding the schedule, it's going to be Spacey Maisie versus Zeroy, fighting for the top spot in their group. Up next, But of course, at the minute, it's 1-0 in favour of GamerRichy. And yeah, this is game 2 on Iron Fortress.
I still think it has to favour Richie. Like, at the end of the day, when you look around, you see that Richie is more confident in his style than Sluggy is, just by watching how they move around the map, by watching. And you see Sluggy has his very definite style. He knows what he's going for. He knows he's going to try and go into harassment. And I really liked what he did in the previous game. This game, of course, going for Banshees with the double gas, with that tech lab coming up on the factory, ready to transfer over to the starport. Yeah, already lifting that factory off to get the smoothest transition possible. But I feel like Richie, I mean, you don't get to be a high master player, you don't get to be in the top 50 GM on NA without having dealt with a bit of Banshee cheese. You know it's coming. He scans, he knows what that means. You see that, you go, alright, so it's Banshee, it's Cloak Banshee, it's going to be Cloak Banshee, and you get ready to build your eBay.
Yeah, so far Sluggy has been playing the more tech-heavy TVT, and GamerRichy has just gone, you know what, Marines, there's nothing they're really bad against. Maybe tanks, but then you just don't attack the tanks. I think I think I'll just build a bunch of Marines. Okay, we're talking TVT here, Ben.
Okay. No, you're right.
Yeah. I'll just like not attack tanks if he builds tanks, and if he doesn't, then I'll just defend with Marines, and then eventually I go and kill him. And it worked pretty well from last game. We'll see how well it does this game. Raven on the way for Sluggy, following up his Banshee, because he's actually playing next to blind. He knows where his opponent is because he got killed off. Yeah, he got killed off.
I think he's just checking there hasn't been a tech transition. Now, incidentally, would be the perfect time for that aforementioned tech transition. But I think Sluggy has decided, nope, Cloak Banshee, it's the way.
Well, I mean, he's already got Banshee on the way.
Yeah, like
Cloak too.
He's down for this.
I don't know. Best
yeah, good job. He's on point there though. If that guy had flown on in, he would have died so fast in this Marines. Viking now there to chase away the Banshee. Not got Cloak just yet. Cloak about to kick in.
Cloak's finished.
There it is.
He's into range of this missile turret. The scan goes down as well to confirm that kill. He's just gonna get out of range. Very close there, Sluggy, and
Marine. Yeah. Nice, but not perhaps nice enough. If that second scan hadn't gone down, Richie would have bank of scans at this point in time. As it is, got the Viking moving around, moving that in to confirm the attack when it's ready. He knows where he needs to be. There, the scan, Banshee goes down. Second Banshee is on its way.
No, it was a Raven.
Oh, well, I like the choice to go Raven, actually.
Yeah.
Going Raven in this circumstance, you throw down that PDD, it shuts down a certain amount of the attack your opponent can make.
Yeah, the PDD,
not the PDD, I don't mean that. Throwing down the turret.
Auto turret?
Yeah.
Yeah. Auto turret's interesting facts, for anyone who didn't know. They have a very high targeting priority, so as soon as you throw it down, a lot of things are going to just start attacking it. Siege tanks, for example, all start firing on the auto turret. Get 3 or 4 siege tank shots on it, and
they've got a lot of health.
Yeah, they've got quite a lot of health. And that's a lot of splash damage that's been taken away from your Marines unless you throw it down the middle of the Marines.
Yeah,
which they don't do that. The other big point is the positioning power of Hunter-Seeker Missile is a great tool, especially in such a positional matchup as TVT. The tank versus tanks, if you just throw down 2 Hunter-Seeker Missiles on a tank, your opponent has to either lose that tank...
Awkward moment inbound, very awkward moment about to occur. It's like you've not invited one of your friends because you want to talk about them behind the back, but then you go out and they're in the same cafe. Yeah. Terrible feelings.
Oh, so you heard me and Josh.
Yeah, I heard.
Either way though, Sluggy does manage to get it down, and there's the auto turret taking a lot of fire from the Marine, giving the siege tanks time to siege up. And they don't have much tanking left over now when the time comes, but those 2 siege tanks are going to take out a fair amount, but eventually they do fall. Across the map, actually missed what happened to GamerRichy drop.
I have no idea what happened to that. It doesn't seem to have done a huge amount. I think a few SCVs have been killed off from the look of the back of Sluggy's main, because some of them have taken some damage.
Have taken it. No, he took it back home. That's where that's why there are a bunch of Marines in drop formation over there.
That makes sense.
That makes sense. That's why no medevacs have died, and yet there's no medevacs on Sluggy's side of the map.
Yes.
Boom.
There you go. Very logical. Richie doesn't have... Actually, no, Richie does have quite a lot in the way of armor to defend against continuing aggression, but he's not choosing to defend, he is choosing to push out and attack. Sluggy's going to need his defense. Putting that tank up on the high ground, of course, does help ascertain that, but he has Richie has absolute air superiority at this point in time. He's going to just move around into the natural, not caring at all about his opponent's defensive positioning. Those tanks are going to get some shots up the SCV, not actually managing to pick them off, and the command center is going to get chased down by Vikings.
Yeah, the air control from GamerRichy solidly in, despite the rate taken out from Sluggy, which did get taken out in the initial attack. So GamerRichy, despite the fact that Sluggy has a slightly, well, the defender's advantage at least in tank count, GamerRichy has more tanks there and then, and his tanks are going to have effectively longer range because of the vision afforded to them by the Vikings. If you look at Sluggy's tanks, like his vision, okay, so he's got depots there, but his vision is just going to be here. GamerRichy can get like 2 tanks here and here, and then push those Vikings forwards. He'll be able to take out this tank from Sluggy before it has a chance to fire back. But as it is, GamerRichy is covering this natural ramp.
Sluggy tries to put a little bit of counter-aggression towards the front of Richie, but Richie is ready at home. He has a tank, he has a few Marines ready to cover. Now got that soft contain on his opponent, just sat outside the ramp, and it's going to get increasingly difficult. This reminds me of the Aces EVZ.
Yeah, in a lot of ways. Just that complete contain control on your opponent. This is the position player TVT at its finest, and this is also why Terran players don't necessarily like to wall off in TVT, because at some point this could happen, then you're about it. But right now, Sluggy has evac'd unit from the main base. He's looking to flank GamerRichy as he moves back into his more defensive position. The siege tank at the front gets taken out almost immediately. So on the back, it's going to be more difficult, but GamerRichy actually just evacuates with the Marines, gets out while the going is adequate at least. And you know what? It's 13 minutes. His opponent hasn't got a natural base. I'd say adequate is a little bit of an understatement even.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Like that wasn't a great engagement for Richie at all. He lost a lot compared to his opponent, but he did keep his opponent suppressed for a very long time. He could afford to make some of those losses, and he got enough out that he could refuel this drop. Now going into the base, setting the command center on fire, shooting through the SCVs. What a great attack for Richie as his opponent is to be back. Now boosting up into the main.
Stop this.
Yeah, he's going to get more and more kills as this goes on, tearing his opponent apart. Richie now moving back with his army. He thought he was on the defensive for a second, and even losing this drop, he is looking so strong. I don't think we're going to, I was going to say as we advance into the mid-late game, but actually, I'm not sure we're going to be advancing into any mid-late game. I think we're about to see Richie turn up and crush this.
Yeah, Sluggy needs to have sieged up. His tanks are on the front as well. GamerRichy,
Stim
and the win. We're going to go forwards. The siege tanks are sieging up now, but only for GamerRichy. He's getting his damage in. Sluggy siege tanks are not going to add much to this fight. The +1 attack is there for GamerRichy as well, but Sluggy has a big cloud of medevacs. Doesn't look like it's enough as GamerRichy's reinforcements come in again. He's pushing forwards once more and more medevacs, and he crushed through those last few Marines. The tank in the back is sieging up Sluggy, but it's not enough. Too late. GGG. So well played. And GamerRichy. Yeah, the Stim and Win Terran, it is Sportsman. What a guy. Yeah. Sluggy is swiftly becoming one of my favourites.
Yeah,
I'll have to find him out on the LAN hall and, say, you know what, sorry about losing all your games.
Well, hey, he won the first one.
He won the first one. And you know what, with the top 4 advancing out of a 5-man group, he's pretty much guaranteed a slot in that bracket stages. So he'll have another chance to prove himself, possibly against Cloudheiser or GamerRichy once again.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, so...
Is that tomorrow?
The bracket stages will be tomorrow, and then the grand finals on Sunday. So do give Epic Land 3 a follow if you want to be kept up to date on the tournament as it progresses. I know DreamHack's on today, so we may have one. If you're watching DreamHack, then as well. Presumably DreamHack's probably on a break. Let's be honest, it's DreamHack. They're always on a break. But, yeah.
They book an hour for a series, and then it's like one guy and he chooses both games.
Exactly. But yeah, do come back tomorrow and on Sunday for the rest of the tournament. So far though, we have FaZe just going out and finding GamerRichy ready for the interview, and
I keep thinking he's just going to come in the door, because it wouldn't surprise me at all if he did.
You know what, that would be really awkward if FaZe comes back up on Skype and it's like, I can't find him, I don't know where he's gone, and Richie's just like, alright boys!
No, he's gone to the right place, I see.
Sort it all out, but looks like he's here, and yeah, we're just we're going to get word from the Stim and Win Terran himself in just a second. We're just looking at what game we're going to go into next, I think. We had the possibility of Boombox versus
AC.
No, Spacey Mazy versus Zero, but it looks like they've already started.
Okay.
We're gonna go into something else instead. Beautiful.
Oh, I love
and it. Yeah, let's go to with style to the interview desk with FaceGG and GamerRichy.
Oh, we got the stim glasses here, boys.
How you doing, everyone?
I'm asking the questions here. Well, how do you think those games went, man?
Went as planned. Going for that later gas allowed me to just read what he had and sort of copy exactly the build that he did. So if he did a 1-1-1, I would react exactly the same and see if I could hold maybe any potential drops or pushes.
You know that in game 1, I believe it was, or game 2, when he doom dropped just behind that mineral line, do you feel like if you hadn't brought back that drop that was originally going to his base back, do you feel like he could have taken more damage?
Well, it would have definitely went into a scrappy game. Those additional Marines did help me. However, he would have had nothing at home hardly to defend against that. Marines without medevac wouldn't have been able to be healed. So it would have been a scrappy game, yes. A lot of SCVs would have died on both sides and it would have been a lot closer, that game. But luckily I saw that the drop was coming because I initially thought that it was going to be Banshees. So I thought I'd prepare for Banshees, see what I could do. And then as soon as that didn't come, I thought, well, I killed the first Banshee. As soon as after that was killed, I thought, right, okay, his next push is possibly going to be a Marine tank Viking. So I want to hit that early and in the middle of the map because I know I'll always have more Marines.
Thinking ahead, the mind of a Stimmerson. All right, and how far do you think you can go into this tournament this year? Are you confident? Are you do you feel like you can reach top 3? Even go and win the tournament with Stim and win?
I mean, especially seeing Sluggy and Dave and that 2-1 sort of match, anything can go on, really. The momentum swings between both players. It really does. It comes down to confidence. If you're confident and you're relaxed at the same time, if that makes sense, you're not going to make the mistakes like getting supply blocked. So I think it's going to come down to that. If you rustle opponent here, it's going to be all over.
Well, that's the greatest thing about LAN. You can beat a person and just go over to them and just stare at them. It's like, you should have done better.
Exactly.
Well, is there any questions from the casters? Are we gonna what do you have anything to say from your fans? And are we gonna see Stim Mom and Stim Sister in the chat?
Yes, we might see them later. However, they're doing some decoration at the moment. So, yeah, they might not be in at the moment, but I'm sure they're coming later, if not tomorrow. So, yeah, got the support there.
Do you have any shout outs or anything for your fans? As you know, you're the most hyped man in esports.
Well, everybody that says Stim and win is in my heart, in my book. Most definitely, all the Terrans out there. If you need any help, come to me, boys, because I will teach you how to Stim and win. You'll get the Stim glasses as well, and you're going to look really.
All right, in game 2, and as he's going for an engagement, both of the casters, Ben and Left, were saying Left and Trigonal were saying Stim and win, but it was still going on in the production tab. What's going on, man?
Well, in that game, I thought, you know what? Who needs Stim? And I saw in the last game that they said, what about Stimmed medevacs? That is a great idea. Whoever said that. So, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I attacked a bit before Stim, but I knew if I traded well, I'm going to have more Marines anyway, from how the game played out.
You traded well, especially the value you got out of that one medevac, boosting from the main to the natural to the main, taking out so many SCVs. Like, you may have lost the medevac in the end, but that medevac full of Marines was worth.
It also brought the army back as well, and it stopped him from pushing out. As soon as he pushed out, then you saw the killing blow of me attacking him, and he was that shocked that he could not siege up his tanks, and that happens a lot on ladder. So mechanics go a very, very long way in this game.
Like, how far do you think Sluggy can improve? We've seen him at LAN, we've seen him pick apart Dave, like a very high GM Terran playing for a very high end team, EC Visualize. Do you feel like Sluggy could? Do you feel like Sluggy's going to be like the next Well, even though he's Korean, do you think he's going to be next Foreign Hope?
To be honest, Sluggy is improving very, very well. We're going to work together in TVT and TVZ and obviously TVP just to see how much we can get out of a player like him because he's recently joined Fortress Gaming, so we're really going to work hard with him.
Yeah, like especially, I would love to see him in that pro roster, man. He's getting up there. These games he's making at LAN, he's just gonna. I don't know. I think he should just get moved up right now.
It's probably going to happen. Yeah. Definitely after beating Dave.
All right, and I think that's is that it from us? All right, and that's great. All right, and any last words?
Stim and win, baby. Stim and win.
All right, and back to you guys.
Thanks very much, FaZe. Stim and win. GamerRichy, always a crowd pleaser. What a guy, what a guy. And
yeah, I mean, probably the fan favourite in pretty much any tournament he turns up into, just because he seems to have so many of them.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot of fans, he's got a lot of friends, and it's difficult not to like GamerRichy. Even now, we're just watching on Skype call on the our interview, FaZe and Richie. Richie just sitting there, they're having a laugh, and
he makes you feel at ease.
Yeah, he does, and
he's got a gift.
Plus, let's not discount the fact that he buys a lot of pizza and gives people pizza.
Oh, is that what he did? Is that the one who gave you pizza yesterday?
No, he's not that. No, that was actually Zero. I was eyeing up his leftover pizza and thinking, should I ask?
Zero's been good to us as well. Shout out to him. He's the only reason I have phone charge. And
that's true.
When a man turns up to a 3-day LAN and realises he's left his phone charger at home on the first day, you need that shit. You can't handle without that shit. Lifesaver.
Yeah, but yeah, what a guy. There's so many cool guys in the UK scene, and that's what we love so much about it. But for now, we are just waiting on AC to return from his toilet break before we go into Boombox versus AC. Yeah, while we're waiting on that, let's take